Hey guys, it's Rokita. Today is Mural Day! I'm so excited! I just dropped my daughter off at school and I packed up the car with all the stuff I need, hopefully. Actually, I had to come back to the house because I forgot something. I actually forgot like two things. I forgot the sketches, which are so important, and a pencil because I need to be able to make some outlines before I start painting. And so everything is in the car. I'm gonna drive over to the Southside in Pittsburgh and let's go. It's just a quick drive over to the south side. I live about 10 minutes from my client's house, so easy peasy, and I'm so glad it is a beautiful day to start painting. When I got there, I unloaded the car with all my stuff. This took me a little bit of time because I had so much stuff to unpack, and then I got started pretty much right away, put some gloves on, and started painting. First, I needed to add a layer of this pink, and I'm so happy that the bricks had already been painted white. This made my job so much easier, and I wanted all these colors to really vibe together, so I actually ended up mixing some of the exterior paint, which was kind of like a framboise color, with some white acrylic, and then cutting it with this special medium that kind of made it a little bit more watery. That was very helpful because exterior paint can be very difficult to work with, very thick. So this area was also really tricky. Getting behind this gutter was really difficult. So here I'm adding the moon. This was actually a late addition to the design. Some of my other paintings have kind of like a circle, a moon, a sun in them. And my client had bought another painting similar to some of my other work, and she just loved the moon and she wanted me to add a moon. So I came in here and did this kind of freehand. I didn't even add this to the sketch. I just decided to add it to the design as I was working. Okay, next step, red. So my client really wanted something red to match her red door. You can't really see it, but her exterior, her door to the patio is bright red. So here I am adding this trim to the window, and this was really fun. I loved being able to add this. Just it gave the whole wall this huge pop of color. So this was a little tricky because, again, like these are bricks and they had pretty deep grooves. It was really hard to get this into a straight line, even though I was using the tape. So I had to do a lot of touch-ups after this was done. So adding the tape was helpful as a guide, and here I'm just using frog tape, but once I pulled this off, there were a bunch of areas that needed to be fixed up again, and that was really tricky, and even after I fixed it up, I came back and had more to fix up. Here I'm just adding some details to one of the columns on another wall, and I'm back again to work on the pink wall. So I'm using Nova paints, and I loved this round brush that they had. I bought it thinking, oh, this would be really helpful, and it was. So I'm just going to start adding this pattern. A lot of people thought that it looked like poppies when it was done, but it's actually inspired by a type of lichen called map lichen. And this year I'm making art that's inspired by symbiosis and the idea of thriving or surviving under challenging circumstances, which lichen is really good at. And it was actually inspired by everything that was happening in Minnesota with ice. And so here we go. I'm adding my swirls next, and this is going to be challenging because the bricks, right? These grooves in the bricks are definitely difficult to deal with. So I'm just going to add these swirls in here, and I have to add this all over the wall. I'm going to end up outlining these with silver. So my client wanted silver accents on everything. So all of these little lines that I'm doing, so these are the stars and then the swirls, they're all going to have silver accents on them once I'm done. So a lot of my work has kind of like a celestial theme, and my client loved that theme in general, and so I just kind of ran with it. And here's my setup, you guys. It's actually a pretty small space to be working in. I felt a little bit claustrophobic. I had to keep on going inside to wash my brushes in this tiny area, but here's my progress after day one. This probably took, I would say 7 hours. And here I'm back the next day, and I'm going to take my exterior house paint. I needed to cut this a little bit with the medium,
So this is the medium that I'm using to cut the thickness of the exterior paint. This stuff was so incredibly helpful and took forever to mix this together just because I don't think it's really meant to be mixed with exterior house paint, but you know what? Gotta do what you gotta do. Then I started going in with my pattern and I ended up doing 2 coats of this.
Hey guys, it looks like it's gonna rain, so I have just made this makeshift roof, I guess, with plastic. We're gonna see how that goes, but it's not supposed to rain for another 4 hours. It's cloudy in Pittsburgh, you never know. So
after I added this black line through my designs, I started adding these white flowy bits. I'm an abstract map maker, so I wanted to add some isolines within these white lines. And that is it, you guys. After 25 plus hours of painting, this mural is done. It ended up spanning across 3 walls, and the last step is to actually seal this mural. So I'm still waiting for the sealant to arrive in the mail, and then I'll seal this piece so that it will last for as long as humanly possible. But this is what it looks like. I love this piece. I'm so proud of it. I have never done a mural on brick until now, and so it was a huge challenge, but it was absolutely worth it. Such a learning curve, but so rewarding, and I love the way it turned out. So did my client as well. So I'm very happy that she's happy. Here are some of the details on the column, which I kind of skipped over a little bit. It was hard to get video of me working on these. Those were really hard to work on because of the angle, but here you can just see how it wraps around. One fun thing was as I was painting, we realized one window is smaller than the other. So hopefully no one notices too much, but I think it looks good no matter what. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you'll stick around for the next project.